Alarm bells which may have sounded a year too late. On Monday night, mayor of the city of Flint in Michigan issued a state of emergency citing a man-made disaster. That's because 18 months ago, the city switched to using the water from the local river Flint instead of using the water from Detroit's water system. And now the study showed that the amount of lead in the blood of the local residents has increased almost twofold. In fact, especially when it comes to children and infants, the number has spiked. The amount of lead in their blood has spiked dramatically. Now, in a statement, Mayor Weaver said the damage to children was irreversible, causing a plethora of negative effects, particularly damaging IQ and learning capabilities. That this effects on their mental health caused by a lot of lead in their blood could be severe in the long run. Now, here's exactly what happened in Flint 18 months ago. In April 2014, the city switched to using the water from local river Flint instead of using the water from the Detroit water system, partly because they wanted to save money, partly because the city was waiting for a new pipeline to one of the local lakes to be built by the end of 2016. So the river water, which already had more lead in it than usual, than normal, traveled through pipes to individual homes and businesses, pipes which also made of lead. And despite that the initial water went through purification, a study showed that the output water was in fact more corrosive to pipes than the water used in the Detroit water system. Almost immediately after the switch, the residents of Flint started complaining to the authorities, saying that the water looked cloudy and emitted a strange smell. However, authorities had no reaction. Initially, they even said that the water was not toxic at all. At some point, they did acknowledge that the water may have had some cancerous byproducts, but there was no word about lead, there was no drinking ban, and no immediate action. They even recommended installing water filters and even boiling water, despite that the CDPC have been saying all along that boiling the water containing lead would not take lead out of the water and to some extent would even aggravate the situation even further. And only after 26,000 strong petition signed by the local residents, authorities took notice, and now the state of emergency has been imposed. Moreover, since October 16th, the city switched back to using the Detroit water system. But all this may have been actually too late. What we know about lead is that it may be a very effective protection against radiation, but in some cases it's very similar to radiation because it acts as an invisible threat. The World Health Organization says that lead affects children's brain development, resulting in reduced IQ, behavioral changes, shortening of attention span, also causing a lot of other diseases like anemia, hypertension, renal impairment, immunotoxicity, and also that the neurological and behavioral effects of lead are believed to be irreversible. All of this, of course, horrifies local parents. One mother from Flint told the Free Press outlet that all of her family had rashes over the last year, and her son, in fact, stopped gaining weight. So at the meantime, while the mayor of the city, the new mayor of the city, is trying to battle for federal financial support, the big question is whether any money at all would be able to rectify the damage which has already been done. Alexey Yaroshevsky, RT, reporting from Washington, D.C.